One of the hottest topics we get asked about in our industry is heat pumps. So we thought it would be a great opportunity to clear up some misconceptions, answer some commonly asked questions, and let you know how they work. I'm Joe Kilcup, Install Manager at Legacy Heating and Cooling, and today we're going to dive into heat pumps. If you've watched our segment on air conditioning already, you're halfway to understanding how heat pumps work. So if you haven't already, that might help you in understanding how this works. As a reminder from the previous video about air conditioning, we'll just quickly go over some of the things that you're going to notice that are pretty much identical to air conditioning. You have your outdoor condensing unit, you have your indoor coil that sits on top of your furnace, you have the copper lines or the line set that connect the two in between. So all of the components between your heat pump and your air conditioning system to look at for all intents and purposes are exactly the same, as are the installation procedures. Much like air conditioning, all we're doing here is manipulating heat. With air conditioning, we're taking heat from the inside of your home in the summertime where we don't want it, and we're transferring it outside into a place where it doesn't matter. With a heat pump, we're actually able to do this process in two directions using a component that we call a reversing valve. So essentially the main difference between an air conditioner and a heat pump is this reversing valve. With a heat pump, we're actually able to take that heat from outside and bring it inside and use it to heat your house on cooler days. So how do we accomplish taking heat from outside and using it to heat your home? It can be hard for some people to understand that even at minus 15 or minus 30 degrees Celsius, there still is a lot of heat in the air. So if you think about outer space being minus 273 degrees Celsius, this is what we consider absolute zero, or an area that is completely void of heat. Anything more than minus 273 degrees Celsius actually has heat in it, and we're able to manipulate and move that heat. So that's kind of the concept behind how a heat pump works, is our ability to manipulate and move heat even where we think is a cold environment. There's still actually useful heat in the air that we can pull into the house and use. It's just a matter of how efficiently can we use that heat. So let's talk about why you might want to have a heat pump installed in your home. The truth behind heat pumps are that they can operate more efficiently than your gas furnace, but there are limitations. In Alberta, we get down to extremely low temperatures in the wintertime, and heat pumps can get you efficient heat down to a certain temperature, but they're not going to operate as efficiently as we would like when we get down to the extreme low temperatures. So some of the research that we've done here at Legacy is we have actually contacted the engineers that work behind the manufacturers of the products that we installed, and we got a general consensus as to what temperature outside does your heat pump cease to operate more efficient than the gas furnace. So to clear up the misconception about what's going to be more efficient, we've determined that your heat pump is going to operate more efficiently than your gas furnace down to about minus 5 degrees Celsius. So anything colder than this, your heat pump is actually going to cost you more money in electricity than what your furnace would cost you in electricity and gas. So, is a heat pump right for you? It really depends on the type of home, the type of heating needs you have in your house, and certainly if you have something like a solar panel or a bank of solar panels in your home, you could really max out the benefits of what you can do with a heat pump. For example, if we say that the heat pump's optimal efficiency is going to work down to about minus 5 degrees Celsius, if you're getting free electricity to operate your heat pump, then you'll actually get a greater payback on what that heat pump can do for you. In other words, if I'm getting free electricity, I may elect to use my heat pump down to minus 10 or minus 15 degrees since the electricity is free anyways. This is going to make that a more efficient option for you at colder temperatures. So in this case, you might select a cold weather heat pump, a heat pump that will work down to minus 30 degrees Celsius as opposed to a regular heat pump, which generally works down to around the freezing mark. You're able to take advantage of what the cold weather heat pump is able to do for you, and you're able to bring that cost down while using it down to minus 10, minus 15 degrees. So one of our suggestions is if you are interested in having a heat pump installed in your home, that you do give us a call and have one of our home comfort advisors come into your house. We can do a thorough assessment on your heating and your cooling needs to determine if a heat pump is right for you. They'll go over some utility cost comparisons with you. They'll let you know where and how it can be installed within the components and system that you have existing in your house as well. And then they can talk to you about any potential benefits that the government has for the heat pump. So one of the grants that the government did have through the Greener Homes Grant, which was put on by Natural Resources Canada, was a rebate available for a period of time. Those rebates have expired. However, there is a 10-year interest-free loan that the government of Canada is willing to give you to help you up the efficiency of your home and have a heat pump installed. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to talk to our home comfort advisors, just give us a call here in Edmonton at 780-733-1256, or you can reach us in Calgary at 403-451-1337, or visit us at the link below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.